Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Vivian. How are you, my love?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm always tired, me. You know me.
Yeah, I'm very tired tonight.
I think it's tired January.
By the way, I don't know. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, you clever bastard, Dan.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon. I'm just going to fucking where can I join the chat? Connect to YouTube. I'm connecting to YouTube. Bloody hell. I don't think I can do this. No. I can't. No, sorry, boys and girls. Vivian, you're going to have to do all the stuff with the chat tonight. I can't do it from here.
Okay, let me do it then. Okay, so
It's a
Simon
long,
says.
complicated story.
Simon
Because
says.
I got up early this morning so I could render next Saturday's show easily, and then I'd be able to spend the rest of the day preparing for this evening. But I forgot that I had to pay Isabel 40 quid because she'd gone and got some outside podcasting stuff for me so I can go out and about like you have been recently doing live broadcasts and stuff. And so I had to stop in the middle of rendering next weekend's show to transfer to the other computer to be able to give Isabel 40 quid, by which time I could carry on doing this, which is why I'm doing this on my iPad tonight, not the computer, because I'm still rendering next week's show. So forgive me, boys and girls. And forgive me, Vivian.
So Simon says, hi. Simon says, I'm pretty tired today as well. Watched both the 1982 remake of The Thing and The Prince of Darkness on 35 film at the Danish Film Institute last night. That sounds amazing, Simon.
That sounds pretty fantastic to me.
Hi, Sarah. Hope you're well.
And hi, Roger.
Late.
And Roger from Eastern Kentucky.
Yes. Hi, Roger. So what Simon said, the thing that alien disguised as a dog in the beginning and played by a wolf dog made it look noticeably different from the other dogs in the Antarctic research stations. Yeah, I know. I remember watching that film and seeing the part where the dog sort of melts like cheese on the table and got pretty angry about it. Yeah, I remember that film well. 35 film meets 35mm film.
We knew what you meant, Simon,
Yeah.
I promise.
Hi, Rab. How you doing, my fella?
It's Robert and it's Nico.
Nico.
The gang are all here.
Oh, I need to ask Nico a question. Does Nico want to join my team? We'll have a conversation privately. So.
Well, I want you to get your team up and running because there are various Woodrosey things happening. I wouldn't mind you going out to investigate.
Yes, Nico, I'll give you a private massage.
No, that's what Isabel does.
No, not that kind of massage. I'm talking about a French massage, like in keyboard form.
Well, she does Swedish. I don't know if she does French. Isabel, forgive me.
I think Andy and Nico's other half, or better half, might have something to say about anything else than a private message.
Oh, dear Lord. We've only been broadcasting 5 minutes and we're already behaving badly.
I know. But it's been... I try and get an investigation down once a month. And last Saturday wasn't really an investigation, but it was a look into something that happens up here every year. I've been here 15 years and never bothered to go. So this year I made it my mission to attend. And this festival is called the Straw Bear Festival. That happens over over 3 days, and it's always every January. But it was a bit of an eye opener, I must admit.
I think you ought to play the message for Hennis.
The message for Hennis. Okay, bear with me, guys.
Hennis, by the way, in case you didn't know, is my poultry, not poultry, alter ego who co-presents our Saturday show.
Okay, I'll share the screen. And hopefully you will be able to see. I have to put the sound on. Right. Tell me when you're ready and I'll press play. And I'm hoping everyone can hear this.
Press play.
Hello, Hennis. Get a load of me. Hello, Hennis. Get a load of me.
Hennis is so impressed. Hennis is massively impressed.
Is he? So, I suppose I better explain some of this, hadn't I?
Yes,
Really?
while we're talking about... but I was talking to Isabel about Hennis earlier, and I explained that he's somewhere between my alter ego and my comedy foil and my childhood imaginary friend. He's a bit of a mixture of all three, really. So
Yeah. Well, let me get you clued up about what the Straw Festival is about. And before I go any further, it mustn't be confused with the Wicker Man, because I made the mistake of thinking, oh yeah, it's a pagan festival, the Wicker Man, that they would offer up sacrifices to the gods for a good harvest. And boy, was I wrong. It's got nothing to do with the Wicker Man at all. But let me share the screen to a wonderful picture that was in the programme. I hope you guys can see that.
And that is I can't think of a polite way of saying this. This is a complete head fuck. I am very, very impressed with that.
Right. It's called the Straw Bear Festival. It's an annual event that takes place in Whittlesea in Cambridgeshire, England. And it's a traditional festival closely tied to the local community and its history. The festival involves the creation of a straw bear, a volunteer dressed in straw, who is paraded through the streets of Whittlesea, accompanied by traditional folk dancing sides that entertain the visitors during the day, usually in the market square and at the local public houses. Historically, in agricultural regions of East Anglia, the land workers would return from their duties on the Monday following the 12th night after Christmas. Plough Day, as it was known, would often coincide with January's adverse weather conditions, making it impossible for the land workers to farm on the frozen or waterlogged soil. With no means to earn a living, the land workers would entertain the wealthier households with singing and dancing in exchange for food and drink. Unfortunately, the act of begging often carried a suggestion of reprisal, especially as the ploughboys were accompanied by a plough that had the capability to rearrange the ornate lawns of the houses that they visited. Historical records from then, the Peterborough Advertiser, shows the straw bear was on the streets in January 1861. And the letter written to the Folklore Society in 1909 from Professor C.G. Moore-Smith confirmed the sighting as he reflected upon the apparent demise due to the local constabulary ruling that outlawed this form of cadging or cadging in Whittlesea surrounding the villages. A straw bear was paraded the day after Plough Monday, with that day being recognised as Straw Bear Tuesday. But essentially, this day too carried the same begging undertones. In the 19th and 20th centuries, society values and 2 world wars had regulated that this tradition to the history books. However, efforts of local resident Brian Kell revived the straw bear and ensured it was once again on the streets of Whittlesea in 1980, with Straw Bear as its figurehead and supported by a team of enthusiastic volunteers. This celebration of folk dance and folklore stories became a major event in the calendar of this Fenland town. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with the history of Straw Bear. But as you can see from this photo, it's a very, very old photo. And I just love it. I don't know about you, Jonathan. I mean, what do you think of that picture?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. And what some people might call a straw bear looks to me like a very good depiction of a woodrose.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it very closely in this picture, you can see the gentleman's hand just poking out. I mean, to my left, as I'm looking at it, to the left-hand side of that rope. So there's definitely a person underneath that.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's a real bona fide woodrose, but I think the image is somebody dressed up as a woodrose, and they call it a straw bear.
Yeah. So I've got some more pictures to show you. We might as well do some of these. So the entertainment with the singing and dancing is normally held in Whittlesea by the Morris dancers. These are the two that part of the orchestra, if you like, of the Straw Bear itself, because Whittlesea put on their own, and then each surrounding area would come in with Morris dancers. And some of the Morris dancers are not what you think a typical Morris dancer is, and we'll get to that in a minute. So these are the Whittlesea accordionists, lovely people, I must admit. And here is the Straw Bear today. So we have Straw Bear, and then you'll have Baby Bear that actually follows him. Now, Baby Bear's been going along with him for some time. That older picture just had the one Straw Bear, but this is what the Straw Bear is today. It's a bit weird looking, I know.
But it's not as cool as the Straw Bear back whenever that picture was taken.
Yeah.
That's one of your jobs, my dear, is to find out when and where that picture was taken.
Okay. So here is another part of the Morris dancers have, I don't know what you would call it, like a mascot. This particular Morris dancing team had the chicken. So that was a side view of the chicken, especially for Jonathan. But the children loved the chicken. There was something about that chicken.
It's interesting to see that the chicken is dressed in motley, because motley is what the jesters used to wear.
Is it?
You know, the strips of rags sewed onto a tunic. That's the old jester costume.
Yeah, so those two have it on there. They have the strips of rags sewn onto a jacket.
I used to know a guy who was a modern day jester, who used to be part of the road protester community.
So here are some more Morris dancers. I think this is more traditional. What you see there is what you'd expect to see of a Morris dancer, would you say? With the bells and...
Yeah, I've been to a Morris festival, and some of them are pretty wild.
Okay, talking of wild, some more Morris dancers. I think they're great. I mean, just look at them.
I think they're fantastic. And I tell you what, can you go back to the one before for a second? I think it is yeah, that one. I think it's appalling that these days Morris costumes, which go back to the 15th century, are being banned because some of the people in them are wearing blackface.
Well, I know that there is the chimney sweep Morris dancers.
Yeah.
Put soot on their face, but they don't blacken their face anymore.
Well, the reason it is, Morris is a corruption of the word Moorish, meaning the people from the Moors from North Africa and southern Spain and Portugal. And so it was a tribute to the people who originally did these dances rather than anything that could be seen as racist. And that really annoys me, that does.
Well, hopefully I'll have some pictures and some video that will please you. This is another logo. Remember I showed you the chicken before?
Yeah.
So this is a person inside this lovely costume. I mean, I'm going to show you the next picture, and if you can imagine how tall this is, that's that same lady as the picture before.
Golly, and again, motley.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And there she is again. So she's got her face covered, but she's got this big headdress that she's also wearing and moving around in. I don't know how she did it. So, Morris dancing.
Believe it or not, I can tell you probably how she did it, because years and years and years ago, in another life, I knew this guy who used to have a giant that he'd take around the rock festivals. And on several occasions, I joined in processions where lots of people with giants I remember one time a procession, I think there were 14 giants marching through the middle of Salisbury. The giants, on the whole, people have rucksacks on with aluminium poles that will hold up the costume over their heads to make them up to 7-8 foot tall. Yeah, that's probably a light aluminium pole on a rucksack.
Yeah. Right. Here for a bit of Morris dancing. This is about a minute and a half long. I hope that you don't get too bored watching this one, but this was the best that I could do through the crowds. I'm just going to pause this here because I want you to see if you can look at the back of that man's jacket, waistcoat there. And they all have something very similar on the back of this jacket, and it is very similar to the mask of the Viking found at Sutton Hoo. So they've used this as their logo, if you like, which I thought was very impressive that they decided to use that for their logo. This particular one, he's put hair on it, but the others, they just have the helmet from the Viking at Sutton Hoo.
Frozen. Vivian, my darling, you have frozen.
Okay, let me do the next one.
I hope you can all hear me and it isn't the whole thing is frozen.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Well, I was just going to fill in for you because you'd froze. Okay, carry on. We're back to you, baby.
Okay, so this set of Morris dancers are a little bit different. These are called Pigdyke Molly, and they do Morris dancing in fabulous black and white.
Fantastic.
So Pigdyke Molly, I befriended them that weekend, and you're going to see some dancing from Pigdyke Molly. You'll notice that there are people of all ages dancing here. There are no bells. They have their own musical accompaniment. They have their own musicians there, and I hope you enjoy this one. This is half a minute.
I think this is absolutely splendid.
And there's one of the Pigdyke Molly girls showing off the makeup. I mean, they do all their own makeup. And in the corner over that lady's, it would be our left-hand shoulder, so her right, there's a gentleman there that is going to explain a few things to you in a few moments. Let me see if I can get him. There he is. This is Pigdyke Molly, and he's going to explain to you what they're about.
We are Pigdyke Molly, and we represent everything that's great about English traditions: demanding money with menaces, deliberate acts of vandalism, and cross-dressing. And this is our beast, Nodger. Don't ask why he's called that. And he travels with Pigdyke Molly as we dance at these festivals. And I hope you will come to see us one day. pigdykemolly.co.uk. Thank you.
I agree with him. This is what makes Britain, particularly, so what makes England great. Can you imagine any other country in the world where the whole business of a city or a town stops so people can fuck around in stupid clothes? It's wonderful. And it makes me so proud to be English.
Here's another one of Pigdyke Molly. I think it's the social media secretary. She's going to say a few words.
Oh.
Hang on, let's put her volume up.
So my name's Emily. I do the social media for Pigdyke Molly. We are on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Blue Sky, Twitter and Facebook. If you would like to give us a follow, come support us. We mostly just share what we're doing, share some silly videos, some stuff about us. So we would really love it if you would come follow us and check us out.
She was lovely.
Vivian, you've got to contact her and ask her to come on the show.
Shall I? Oh, that would be
God,
good.
Yes, because I want to talk about how ancient traditions and modern traditions all link together, all come together, and I think it's such an important part of Englishness.
Yeah, I can ask them because they've given me their card and they said to me, come along to one of their meetings and see what actually goes on behind the scenes.
Oh, God. Well, I tell you what, can I come?
Yeah.
because this, I tell you what, next January I'm coming with you. I'm going to.
Okay,
We've got a house guest next January because I
that's
want
no
them to
problem.
see this.
So this is one of the ploughs that they put the straw on. They didn't decorate it with flowers or anything like that, but this was also dragged through the town. And if you remember, at the beginning of this segment, I explained to you about the plough boys.
Yeah, and to interrupt, did you see what? Go back up again to when at the 20:11 one. Can you put up what Simon said? Because
Oh, hang on, I have to come out of the presentation to do that.
sorry, love.
Oh, hang on.
Well, I'll just read it. He says that in Denmark, farmers believed it was bad luck to leave your plough out in the fields at Christmas time because if they did, the devil would steal the plough. Or if the devil didn't do so, Versus, the wandering Jew, would do so.
Oh.
And I want to talk somewhere along the line to Simon about the traditions of the wandering Jew in Danish tradition, because you know who the wandering Jew was, don't you?
No.
You know the story. Well, one of the stories goes that when Christ was on the way to Calvary carrying the cross, some Jewish guy in the crowd shouted rude things at him, and as a result was given the curse of living forever and
Okay.
wandering the world forever as the wandering Jew until Christ returns. And this was totally believed in all the way through the Middle Ages and up until the end of the 19th century. People were still, they believed that the wandering Jew was a real historical character, and that he was still wandering the roads of the world, and he seems to be wandering in Denmark, stealing ploughs. Well, I think this is absolutely fantastic. So, who are these two green faces?
So these two, I had a wonderful conversation with them. They're part of a Morris dancing and acting bunch that acted out stories. There were a few of them that did that. So it wasn't just all dancing. There was acting. There was St. George and the Dragon. We had a rendition of that. But these two guys, I had a wonderful conversation with them about the costume for a start, because it's not traditional. Their face paint. And if you look closely, it is also within their beards and moustaches and everything. And so the conversation was had, is it easy to get out? Did you have to go to work the next morning previously with a green beard? And so they went on about how they used one particular brand and it didn't come out, and the beard was green for a few weeks, too much to the amusement of people that he worked with. But he said he's since been able to change brands and colours, and it washes out completely. So it's not just a question of people blackening their faces. They're even using really bright colours, wigs to cheer people up. I mean, these two were wearing tutus and things.
He's also still on the cryptozoological theme. He's got a dragon or a sea serpent.
Yeah.
The rest of his waistcoat. The guy on the left.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant, these two were. It was fun. It was funny because when I went to take the picture, they immediately puffed their chests out and stood on tippy toes to make themselves look taller. I also wanted to show you some of the memorials that they have that stay round all year round. This is in one of the gardens of the straw bear, and this is how he's depicted in one of the gardens there, to say that the Straw Bear Festival happens here. every year, and here he is in all his glory. And there you go, you can see the guy with his tutu on, and some of the other more colour.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Andy. And even the dogs, visitors.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
I always shout hi to Andy when he comes by.
So the dogs there, people come and dress the animals up and actually become part of the festival. There's somebody, I haven't got the other pictures, but yeah, there's one of the dogs with his coat on, getting involved in the festival.
Now that's a straw bear that looks much more strawberryish.
Well, this is Baby Bear. This is Baby Bear. This is me and Baby Bear in the market square. And that's Adamant. You don't need to see Adamant. He's mine.
We always need to see Adamant. A new royal family, a wild mobility, real family.
So this is let's see, I have got more pictures. Hang on 1 second. I wanted to show you the procession of the straw bear himself. And I don't think I have it here.
Hi, Lorenzo. I've just seen you've joined. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you.
Hi, Lorenzo.
Can you email me again, Lorenzo? Because I still want to carry on with that idea that you and I had, or you had, and Nigel had.
Okay, I've got it. I got it. So, the procession of the straw bear. What actually happens? Well, he just dances through the streets, basically, and people mob him, which is quite funny to watch, actually. Let me show you. Okay.
I can't tell you how impressed I am by this.
So this is day 2. So on day 1 on Friday, I think the schools and the community centres benefit from talks, folklore, music, singing and dancing. So that is day 1. This is day 2, which is on a Saturday. And then day 3 is the burning. So day 3, I do have pictures of the burning. They have Morris dancers again singing and entertaining, but let me see if I can see.
How far away is this town from you?
It's about 15 minutes in the car.
Golly. I bet you're kicking yourself for having ignored it for so many years.
I've done it now. I've done it now. And
well, you're taking me next year, so
what, on both days?
Quite probably.
I'm just sharing them so I can show you the burning. I'm trying to get the pictures without my grandson, because I took my grandson with me thinking he might enjoy a bonfire, But really, he was more interested in the gigantic puddle that there was and was quite happy just sitting and playing in that. So,
Well,
typical
that's fine.
child.
How old is he?
5.
Well, that's okay. I thought you were going to say he was 27 or something. And
Right, okay. So I don't know if I'll be able to show you the film because I don't know how long it takes to load on these sort of things. But I'll show you the burning. I'm not sure what it's pretty sort of basic, really. Okay, so that's it, half done. With one of the Morris dancers' hats on. They just literally set it on fire.
well, the bear.
The bear, yeah. So the adult one, not the child one, the adult one gets set on fire. I've got a little video. Here we go.
There's something very primal about that, isn't there?
So you have Morris dancers entertaining, a few of them. Then you have the band that comes out, there's a procession and they set fire to the straw bear, and that's it, done for another year. So this is what the straw bear is about in Finland. Finland being a farmland, it's very flat here and no hills.
My wife was from Lincolnshire, and so I spent quite a lot of time in the northern part of the Fens.
And I did get a souvenir. So this is the straw bear logo. And if you look at it again, it looks very similar to the Bigfoot logos that are out.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, congratulations. I'm damn well buying one next year. No, I really, really want to come and see this. This is absolutely fucking splendid.
So the dates next year, I have them for the Straw Bear Festival, will be the 16th, 17th and 18th of January. So if you want to go and see it, I would suggest the 17th of January 2027.
And Vivian and me will be there, probably with our own little camera crew.
It's great fun.
And you're right, Simon. Can you put the hat back on again? It is a reversed, the same pose as the Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot film, except it's reversed than the other way. Absolutely fantastic.
But this has a meaning. I mean, it's sort of gained momentum since the 1980s, but it's great for the Fenland town, which boosts retail sales. The pubs and the hotels do very well over that weekend. Lots of drinking of ales and merriment to be had, and all out in the streets.
Again, everywhere else in Europe, they're trying to ban drinking in the streets, and in Britain we encourage it. I think that's absolutely bloody fantastic. Oh, I am so pleased. I'm so pleased.
So it's not a pagan festival. It's got nothing to do with the Wicker Man, even though he gets burnt in the end. And it's just for the poor farmland workers to raise a bit of money through dancing and singing and just jolly entertaining people. And it was lovely seeing some of the local Morris dancing teams, and Pig Dyke Molly. Honestly, a lovely bunch of people, complete
They're bloody
nutcases.
brilliant.
Nutcases, and you didn't get to see the logo, the mascot Nasher. He puts it on top of his head and he's dancing around with Nasher. He becomes Nasher. It's quite funny.
It's utterly brilliant.
I just like the way that it's changing from the traditional Morris dancers to now like the Pig Dyke Molly in black and white, and they don't use sticks or have bells, but they're still doing it, and it's great.
I think it's fantastic. And please invite Pig Dyke Molly, invite their social media chick to come on the show, because there's so much we can talk about. I think it's utterly brilliant.
Okay, well, I can send them a message. I've got their card. They gave me their card, and they've asked me to, and the card is pretty neat. Look at that.
That's impressive.
They've invited me to go to one of their meetings.
You've got to.
I'm not dancing.
I want to see you doing dancing.
Maybe if you do it with me in your wheelchair.
Sorry.
You do it as well with me in your wheelchair. I can push you around.
Yeah. Well, I was dancing to Henge. I was dancing to Henge while half the audience were off their tits in my wheelchair. It was nice. I discovered that not only can I still dance in my wheelchair, but I can still get pretty young ladies to come and dance with me while I'm in my wheelchair. So,
do you know what? I think though? I think next year, if I can get over there, I think we need to go to Austria, and I think we need to go to a Krampus parade. And I think I need to get them to beat you with sticks on your... It's normally the kids they beat, but we can get them to beat you if you want.
God, what a bitch you are. But I love you anyway. I do know a rude joke about Morris dancers, but I won't tell it. I'll tell you afterwards.
Do you know, if we could film it, Lorenzo, that would be a brilliant laugh, seeing Jonathan getting beaten by Krampus.
I think that'd be fantastic. I'm quite happy to be beaten by Krampus. The things I do for my art.
You know me, I'll just square off to him and go, yeah, you want some? You want some?
Yeah, well, you're just a thug. In fact, I think you're proof that the English didn't wipe out the thuggy in the 19th century. You're still one of them.
Yeah, that's when I turn my cap this way.
Oh dear.
Is it that way or is it this way?
I think that way, yes, that way makes you look quite disturbingly menacing.
Oh dear. So that is the history of Straw Bear in a nutshell.
Well, I want an article about it, please, that we can put in Animals and Men.
With that first picture.
That first picture's on the front cover.
Looks like a woodrose.
It does, and I can tie it in with some of the other more recent woodrose sightings, because there's been a woodrose allegedly at Cannock Chase. Exactly, Nico. She is in the hood with her. Does that mean I'm her homie? Nico says you're a proper gangster, Viv.
Was it like this? Hang on, let me get the hat on.
Good Lord, you do look terrifying.
That's the gun, isn't it?
Nico says, but of course. You know what, boys and girls, I love doing this show with Vivian. It's Wednesday evenings is one of the high spots of my dull life.
Your life is anything but dull, my dear.
Oh, it isn't. I'm just a silly old man now in retirement, living a quiet life by himself.
Viv should be a drama teacher. She's good. Eh?
You are very good. She is very good, Lorenzo. I agree.
Lorenzo, this is my speaking clock voice. No, this is when you ring somebody up and they say, please hold the line, the caller knows that you're waiting. I do a good impression of that. Please hold the line. The caller knows you are waiting.
You sound like my mother.
Please hold the line. The caller knows you are waiting.
God, you sound like my mother. That's frightening.
And then I can do an Indian accent. Hello, Jonathan Downs, my little sweet juicy watermelon. How are you doing today?
And I can do a West Midlands accent like, have you ever been to Dudley on a wet bank holiday Monday?
Oh, is it? I'm from Dudley. I can't do it very well.
Dudley?
Dudley. I'm from Dudley.
It's like I've got a good friend I'll try and get him on the show, sometimes Dr. Cole Shuker, and he is a very sweet, dear, sweet man, and he phones me up occasionally to tell me about mystery animal sightings. And he told me once that there was a big cat seen in an old lady's garden. And I always laugh at gardening.
Do you know, it makes you wonder if, I'm going to use Bigfoot as an example. Let's talk about woodwows. If they do exist, would they have regional accents?
They probably have. It's not just accents that differ around the country, it's idiolects. People do things in different ways.
Mm.
And so I'm sure that a North Country woodrose and a Midlands woodrose and a West Country woodrose would behave in different ways.
Do you know, it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. It would be absolutely brilliant if there was a gangster London woodrose going, all right, my spa?
In it.
In it, blood. Oh.
This is the most ridiculous show I've ever been on. Lorenzo, my dear, I wish I was retired. I work harder than ever. And I've got an idea when I do get semi-retired in a few months' time, I'm going to work even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nico says he had a rescue dog from the US and he barked with an American accent. Well, I was always convinced that Archie, for some reason, was from the Midlands, and he talked like this, like.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know why I got it into my head. Well, I was born when I was a puppy, I was behind the tips, behind the skips at Digbeth Coach Station, like. And I built this whole complicated mythos up around Archie, having been born behind the skips at Digbeth Coach Station.
Well, I've decided that my cat, John, in the sunlight, you can see spots and stripes. So I tell everyone that he's a Bengali. He's a black Bengali cat from India. And his real Indian name is John Vinder. And he speaks with an Indian accent.
But he probably does.
John Vinder from India, because he's Bengali. He's not. He's just a black tabby. He's just a moggy. But I love winding people up.
Have to work out. You're going to have to sing John Vinder Jaya Jaya, John Vinder Jaya Jaya. I can't remember the rest of the words. Is this show any more ridiculous than last time when I went on about Finnish black band metal bands and the touristy tastes lyrics and what German porn stars posted on their Twitter accounts?
Simon, all I can say to you is hast, du hast mich, du fragt.
Okay,
You know what I'm talking.
non comprende, signora.
See if Simon knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, Richard and I have always concocted complicated mythoses. I'm not sure what the plural of mythos is, but around animals and characters we've made up. You haven't seen a quarter of them. Tams.
It's Ramstein. Ramstein, the band. You've got to say it with a really low voice, like du hast mich.
My late wife loved Ramstein.
I do. Dan is he's doing well. He's I had spoken to him a few weeks ago. He's doing well. He's still on the path on his weight loss, and in total he's lost about 6 stone. So
Bloody hell.
when you next see Mr. Winter, you'll be looking at a completely different man. You won't recognize him. But yeah, he's doing okay. Reach out to him, send him a message, Sarah. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you, honestly.
There's a really complicated conversation going on here, all about Ramstein. I remember the guy in the rubber dinghy crowd surfing, which I thought was fascinating, very impressive.
They are like one of the sickest bands out there because I have no idea what they're singing in German, but I spoke to somebody who heard the Russian versions of it, and then she was listening and she went, "This band is sick." She said, if you understood the lyrics about chopping this body part off and doing this and doing that, yeah.
No, that's interesting, and that was from the Russian translation.
Yeah.
Somebody's doing something weird, because I used to be involved with this German chick a long time ago, and she translated some Rammstein song lyrics for me, and they were really dull. They were really sort of, I see you under the summer moon. I see you. No. Somebody, when they transferred them to Russian, has made them into human sacrifices. And
I think one of the albums that I've got, when you open it up, there is a picture of a woman laying there, and she's like a feast. Yeah, not good.
Well, depends from what.
Not in a sexual nature. No. It was in more of a horror nature.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. But I still love them anyway.
Just wait, I think, Simon, do you think I ought to introduce Vivian Throbbing Gristle?
Right?
They really are nasty.
Oh, yeah.
They really are a nasty band.
What was I going to say? I am going to try and get hold of, for this show, I am going to try and get a interview with someone who is going to be doing a tour with Marilyn Manson. I know it's just been announced and tickets are about to drop, but I am going to ask this gentleman if he has the time, for even if it's just for a quick half an hour, to talk not just about the music, but about the horror films that he's also made. If we can get him, it will be a big scoop for us. I mean, he's an amazing guy, very, very talented. But we are going to reach out to Rob Zombie to see if he'll come on here and give us a little half an hour of a chat.
I think that'd be fantastic.
We will try. I mean, he'll only turn around and say, piss off, I'm not doing that, or I don't need you, or whatever. Or he might ask us for lots and lots of money for the privilege of doing it. But we can only ask.
And now the conversation is going on about, should I introduce you to the music of Throbbing Gristle? The answer is yes. I think I should.
Yes, let's do it. And ask him if he's done.
The two weirdest of them are dead now, which is a pity. And here's Lilith.
Here she is. She's also Bengali. She's Bengali pussycat.
I'm English.
She's black and she's got stripes and she's Bengali and she's a sweet juicy watermelon pussycat. How are you
saying this because I eat black? You're a dear little girl, aren't you, Wiz?
So, John, the sightings of the woodwows in Cannock Chase.
Yes. Sorry, I got sidetracked onto Throbbing Gristle. My cats are doing something very weird down there. There's two of them chasing each other round and round and round with wind in their tail, and I'm not sure what's happening. And I got sidetracked away from the woodwows in Cannock Chase.
Yeah, I mean, the jury is out because, and I'll tell you for why. This was based on the investigation that I did, and it was only a small part of Cannock Chase where the pig man had been sighted, and we blew that out of the water. We knew exactly what was going on. I wonder with the rest of it, are people building themselves up into a frenzy, claiming they've seen something or they thought they saw something because they don't come out with the proof? Where's your proof? Everyone carries a camera on their phone. Show the proof. Do it. Don't just talk about it.
What I really want to try and do is to get... Yes, Lilith. You're a darling cat. What I want to try and do is see if we can get hold of a couple of witnesses and talk to them in depth.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have them on the show.
I'll tell you what, I'll get the truth out of them. I'll read their body language and everything to see, are they telling me the truth? Is it made up for 5 minutes of fame? What is it that they're claiming that they've seen? And get them to show me where you saw it.
I agree totally. I'd like to... So do you mind doing a bit of digging and seeing if you can get hold of some witnesses for us?
Yeah, I'll try.
Do you realise we've been doing this an hour so far? It seems to have gone in a few minutes. And I keep on asking if she's ever done Morris dancing.
Oh, that's Rob Zombie. I'm sure he's done a version of. It's a long time ago I last heard of Pigman, but Dogman sightings become more and more popular in cryptozoology forums. Likewise of lizard man sightings and goat man sightings. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people on cryptozoology on Reddit consider these stories obvious hoaxes and not just worth bothering with. Yeah. It's worth, I think, just exposing it for what it is.
I think it's very interesting the way these things are happening. This is what the book I'm writing at the moment is all about. So I don't...
Nico, I'll let you know when I'm going up there. Come with us.
Please, Nico, and I might even be able to come too because I want to... This is a matter of me getting my old person's rail card.
Come up to me. You can stay here with me, and we can travel up and down together.
Have you got a car big enough to put my wheelchair in the back of?
Andy's car is an estate. My car may be in the boot, maybe, because my car is only 2-door. It's a German-made car.
Have you seen how big I am? How are me and a wheelchair going to get into a 2-door car?
It's a Mercedes C-Class.
Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? Oh, dear.
I'm sorry.
I've just got a crappy little Volkswagen.
Yeah, but my Mercedes is a bit old. She's an old girl now, but she's still going like a trooper.
Oh, they do. I had a Mercedes that was nearly 20 years old once.
Mm-hmm.
And until some drunk driver wrecked her, she was absolutely beautiful and she was still going perfectly. And no, I wasn't a drunk driver.
But yeah, no, but definitely, we'll definitely do. We'll go up there. But there's also been other sightings of big cats that's been happening in and around the Fenland area and Norfolk area. And it'd be great to get Harlan back on to talk about his adventures with the sightings of the big cats that he's had. He had a physical sighting himself, didn't he, when he was on the bus? And he subsequently went and found, what do you call it, maulings, the sheep carcasses, the maulings. And
yeah, I think Harlan is a very, very impressive young man. I'm very, I always do my best to encourage him and help him in any way I can.
Yeah. Simon says Norfolk was the area where they shot a lynx back in the 1990s. Simon, we have wild lynx that roam around this area anyway. Dan will tell you, it's so funny. He got so excited. We were on a ghost investigation in an outside location of a ruined building that was 1,000 years old. And while we were there, it's built on a hill. It has a moat. And the other side of the moat, the other side of the bridge, we saw this lynx cat. And it stood there staring at us for a good 5 minutes. And then its attitude was, meh. And then it just slowly walked off. I got the tail end of it. But yeah, it was quite impressive. Dan was just like screaming with excitement and, Viv, go and chase it. I'm like, you go and chase it. It might bite me. You know. Turn your screen around. What you doing?
I am trying to make it because there's something rather interesting going on with Dottie and Squeaky. And
what are they doing?
They're playing a very complicated and quite brutal game.
Are they?
Yeah, and I was just trying to film.
Have a look. Turn it around. Let's have a look.
No, they're not here now. They've gone running off. They're now on the stairs behind me. But I will try if they come back here and start play fighting again. I was just making sure that I could turn the screen around, and yes, I can. Now you've all seen what a complete mess my house is because everything's in boxes. There's piles of boxes everywhere.
That anecdote about the lynx encounter sounds absolutely awesome. No, it wasn't, because he was pushing me to go over the bridge and chase this lynx that had gone over this little hill part. And he's telling me, like, go and see where it's going. I'm going, you go and see where it's going. It might bite me. It might attack me. And he's going, yeah, well, I'll be filming, so it'll be all right. It's like, nah.
Yes, they do. Kind of devilish, yet elegant at the same time.
It's a bit like you, Jonathan. Devilish.
That's very sweet of you. Great minds don't have time to tidy and organise. No, but I have people I pay to do that. But everything's in boxes so I can move at the moment.
He has a paid cleaner. Get in. Bloody Mr. Flash.
Housekeeper?
How the other half live, eh?
And before I gave up on it, I had a gardener as well. But before, basically, the garden's gone wild now.
Good for wildlife.
It's good for wildlife. That shuddering I can feel there as my father and my grandmother wrote turning in their graves.
I have a garden where the grass is cut, but the borders are full of weeds and other interesting things. I have a fiberglass cow pig in my garden.
Full size?
It's about a half-size fiberglass Frisian cow.
Okay.
With a belt round its neck.
Why, where and how did you get hold of a fiberglass Frisian cow?
From the market. I just like cows, so I thought I'd buy it and put it in the garden, and it's come with me to this garden. I mean, she's old and knackered and a bit damaged, but she's still there in the garden.
Well, now that does sound like me.
Yeah.
Old, knackered and a bit damaged.
Yeah, fiberglass cow. I'm looking at getting a full-size gorilla or something really interesting to have coming out of some bushes when I can afford it, because they are now quite expensive. But if I can get one, there is a place close by that sells fiberglass animals full size. You can stick in your back garden.
I've got a full-size alien head that's in the middle of a flower bed just outside what was my office door.
That's good. That's good.
You can have it if you want, Vivian.
Put it in with next to my cow.
Yes. The cow will probably think the alien's coming to do some sort of weird what do they call it? Probing.
One night I'll swap the cow for a fiberglass Morris dancer.
I recommend anybody who goes to second-hand record shops, if there are still such things, or record stores on markets, to keep a lookout for an album called Morris On, because it's got some very interesting Morris music and associated folk songs, and it's quite freaky in parts. I would recommend it.
Do you know what? That you've just reminded me. I work with a gentleman that played Wellington, the Womble, in the Wombles in the 1970s and 80s, right?
Really?
Yeah, and downstairs, I'm sure my record collection is the album of the Wombles. And he said, bring it in the office and I'll deface it with my autograph for you. I said, yeah, all right then. But he was the session musician for a lady called Tina Charles.
Oh, I know Tina Charles. What's his name?
His name is Ray Bowden.
Right, I know that name.
He also wrote the opening the opening chords for T-Rex's 20th Century Boy. That first bit. Da, 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 da. He wrote that.
Is that Children of the Revolution?
That's the one. That one. He wrote that. And he still gets paid royalties, apparently, for it.
That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite T-Rex song.
Because he happened to be in the studio and he was just fiddling with his guitar, and he walked in and he said, Mark Bolan said, hey man, play that again. And he did. He said, I like that, play it again. And he did. And he said, can I use that? And he said, what's it worth? He said, I'll see you right. And he did. He used it. He said, okay. So he used it, and he still gets paid royalties from it, even all these years after his death.
That's brilliant. And now Peanuts joined us.
How cute he is. Singing away.
Oh, he is. He's got the loudest purr of any cat I've never known. And I don't suppose you can see in this, but he's also got the most magnificent eyebrows.
Yes.
He's got enormous eyebrows. They come all the way. Oh, I can't put my thumb to show how big his eyebrows are because he'll move his head. But
Look at that cute little face.
he's Lilith's brother, so the two of them are quite close.
Yeah. Oh,
What the hell is happening out there?
Jamie Parker.
Oh, is that you?
That
your
was me. That was Jamie.
Well, tell him to come and join us.
Hang on.
Tell him to come and join us, and I'll do my best to make him laugh so much as contact lenses fall out again.
Let's see.
I'm fond of Jamie. He's a good boy.
Why is it not? Oh, I didn't copy it. That's why. Viv is being a div.
Viv is never a div. She's a charming young lady.
Viv is a div. So yeah, I need to take the album to work to the Womble.
You ought to take a copy of Children of the Revolution to work.
No, well, unless it's Mr. Armand himself. Oh, look at him.
Hello.
Hey, Parker.
How you doing, all right?
All the better now you're here, Jamie, dear boy. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Yourself?
I'm just trying to think how to make you laugh so much. Your glasses.
Well, I'm just looking at that beard. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on with that?
Well, I'll smell it. Vivian.
What?
I'm gonna grow a beard.
Yeah, I think it suits you, mate.
Yeah, a lot of people said that, so alright, it's not like yours, Jonathan, but I'm having a go. If it don't,
It
I'll
looks
shave
all right.
it off.
It looks all right with the glasses. You look like
I've
a
had my
different
haircut as
man.
well. I've had my haircut. I feel
You
good.
look like a different man.
But no, it's all good, to be honest.
You should have been on the show last week.
I know,
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was working.
Yeah, but
Vivian.
you missed my girlfriend, the Masu's coming on.
Yeah, I know. Vivian texted me, and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" But I would have. Oh yeah, it would have been. I don't know where I would have started, but
Well, I planned a load of happy ending songs.
Well, and what parts of the body did you first learn on and things like that?
well, no comment. But how's everyone been, right?
We are live, by the way. Before you divulge anything you shouldn't, we are live.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I wanted to make you laugh, so your contacts fell out again.
No, I haven't got contacts. Got my specs.
Yeah, I know. Cool.
So,
He looks quite intellectual and quite brainy with his specs on and his beard, doesn't he?
Yes, he looks older than
so, you know.
Actually, quite suits you, Jay.
Yeah.
Nico has just said that he has an animatronic werewolf.
Used in a KFC advert.
KFC, what? Greasy, no. No.
Parker, it's finger licking good.
Or greasy bucket.
Oh, gee.
Dave, you're terrible.
Hello, David. How are you, dear boy?
I couldn't see that.
Dave said, Viv, stop letting people know you're live. Much more fun to watch them go red-faced.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Dave, I'm a nice person. Really.
Sometimes, then you just
Oi.
laugh at me when I shit myself.
Yeah, but it's funny when you shit yourself.
When we're out on investigations.
Yes.
Maybe for you, I jumped about 6 foot of my height. I'm only 5 foot high. So yeah.
What happened, Vivian? You've got to tell us this story.
So go on, Vivian, you tell it. Sorry, it's windy.
Western Mansion. And Jay and I went out on our own, and everybody else was out in their tea room getting warm and having cups of tea. And Jay and I went out. Yeah, we went out to check on the trigger object to see if it had moved. We didn't tell anyone where we'd placed the trigger object earlier. And when we got to the trigger object, we found that it had moved. And then while we were just standing there discussing some leaflets that were in a little post box nearby, Jay got touched by the hand. In fact, he didn't get touched. He had his hand held. Of course, Jay then started screaming. I then started laughing. Nobody ran to our assistance because
Daniel's like said, Jay's already fallen over or got hurt. So what? I thought, thanks, Dan. Thanks for the care.
the thing is, when I get alarmed or if I'm scared or startled, I will laugh. So when Jay was screaming, and then there was a split-second lag where they were listening to Jay screaming, but then they heard me laughing. Oh, it's all right. Liv's laughing. Jay's all right. You know, he won't come and assist or anything like that. But yeah.
Poor Jay. Why do I get the impression that poor Jay is the butt of the amusing side of you?
No, because so from the start of the night, we'd walk around with Chris, and I was saying to Chris that before we got there, a couple of days I was speaking to Viv, making sure I've got this, I've got that. She was on my tick list, and I said, "Oh, I've picked up on someone that's very well dressed and he's in a tweed jacket, and I pretty much described like where we were going, but I've never seen it." And
Cool.
so basically, it's in a valley, and it has some like the massive, very posh iron gates as we went through. And this lane must have been about 1.5, 2 miles, like down in the valley, and then you come to a mansion. And I said this to Viv before even I got there. And so as we're going through, doing our walks, there's the health and safety bit and stuff like that. Well, I saw a little boy. There was like the massive corridor, and yeah, I just seen him run across. So I don't know if it was him, but I would probably put my bottom dollar on it that it was. So you know, but it was interesting. It was very interesting at all. I spoke to Chris about
it. And I didn't tell Jay this at the time, but they got a half-finished chapel that they were building that they used as a makeshift mortuary because in a nearby lake, they were the military were there on training exercises, and a bunch of guys drowned in the big pond. So they were dragged out of the pond and put in the mortuary just momentarily while they were sorting out what they were going to do with the bodies. I didn't tell Jay, and we stood out of the way of a Gansfield experiment just into the side of the corridor. I was deeper in than Jay. Jay was nearer the exit, if you like, where the Gansfield experiment was happening. Tell them what happened next, Jay.
So I don't. So the only reason why I sat down nearer the exit.
No. Before that, you know, when we heard those words.
Oh yeah. So it's in the same corridor near the mortuary. Me and Viv heard something. Get out. And I looked at Viv, looked at me, and I was like, "Did you hear that?" And she said, "Yes." And I said to her, "Right, I'm going out for a smoke. Are you coming?" And she's like, "Actually, yeah, I think I'm going." So we had that interaction to start off with.
It was so calm, not aggressive, and it was as though he was standing next to me, and the words came out, "Get out." And I looked at Jay and I said, "On the count of 3, tell me what you heard. 1, 2, 3." And we both said, "Get out," at the same time. He said, "F that, I'm not standing here, I'm going out for a fag, you come in."
Yeah.
But we heard that with our ears, without any equipment, and it's not doing mediumship. We heard that quite calmly.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out. So anyway, that happened. We got a cigarette. We went back. So Viv done it. Then I did it. So Viv, like Viv told you, she was in the door a little bit more, so in between the two pillars. Well, I said, "Well, I'm not doing that. I'm going to stand out in the corridor because I don't like being in the doorway." I always
Gansfield,
so.
this is.
The only reason why that I didn't do it like the doorways because when we were younger, we used to get told off for standing in the doorway by my grandparents and stuff when they used to have the pub. So I kind of stuck that I'm not doing that. So I'll stand outside in the corridor, but right near the way. So that happened. Gansfield was really good. Saw a few bits, heard a few bits.
The
end of it.
Gansfield was more good, Jay, because for a medium to do the Gansfield experiment, we see it, feel it, hear it, experience it anyway.
Yeah.
When a medium sits with it on, it comes in so quickly and so fast, and it can be aggressive. It takes you unaware. But Jay didn't sit in the chair for very long. What does Gansfield?
Vivian, I know that I've asked this before, but I'm an old man. My memory's going. What is the Gansfield experiment?
So it's where you take away your eyesight, your hearing, and we would flash like strobe lights in your eyes. Your eyes are completely covered, so you're not going to damage your eyesight at all. We use masks and we play white noise, brown noise, all of that into your ears. So we take away what's being said around you audibly. And we ask you to speak what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're experiencing. So for a medium, can you imagine, like for a normal person, it's heightened anyway. For a medium who can get that into that state pretty easily and then push it even further, it can be quite overwhelming. And it was okay at first for Jay, and then it became quite overwhelming for him that he said he had to stop. What was most interesting is he was in the corridor outside of the chapel, and we didn't tell him about, all he knew that it was a makeshift mortuary at one point, so he didn't want to do it in the chapel. He did it just outside. The area along there had no drips, the ceiling was intact, the chair was on a concrete floor, and it was when Jay had finished and we moved the chair, there was a wet puddle directly underneath where he was sitting. It's too much of a coincidence. We checked everywhere to see where the water could have come from. We even checked Jamie's trousers to see if he pissed himself or whatever. He was completely dry, I hasten to add. But the water appeared from nowhere, and even under the chair was bone dry.
Okay, this was going to be my next joke, would have been about Jamie pissing himself.
Jamie Pissy Pants. No, he didn't. He
No, I didn't. No.
didn't. He didn't. And I'll be witness to that. I mean, I'll be the first one to take the piss out of him if he did, but no.
So if this was a tabloid newspaper, the headline would be "Parker did not piss his pants," says Viv.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. You know.
I mean, that place, I mean, it had a lot that happened that night. Jay experienced a lot. I experienced a lot. Dan even experienced some. And
That's when I left him on the stairs, wasn't it?
Jamie didn't wet himself. It must have been Viv. Do you know what? I came so close to it when I was laughing at Jay when he was screaming. Honestly, I could have wet myself at that point because the laughter went on for ages. It was funny.
But then the second night, we went to the Ram Inn, the ancient Ram Inn. And, you know, I experienced it a few things. There was the bishop's room, and, you know, like, it had like 60, you know, like your nan's bed mattress where you can feel the springs.
Oh, yeah, I remember this, yeah.
We did the white noise experiment where we both had a earpiece in. Dan was in the chair, and I said to them both, I said, look, I don't like this. And yeah, first I put the ear and we got it all set up and started, and it told me to fuck off, pretty much. And I got up and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. No. And they're both laughing. Come on, just do it, kind of thing. I say, well, I'll have a couple of deep breaths and we'll start. And then we were starting chatting to each other. And it was giving us names. It was giving us quite a few bits and pieces, wasn't it? Then, so the other side near the window. So I was at the top of the bed, and Viv was like in the middle near the pillow end. And so my side, no, not the other. So it'd been the right hand side. In the middle, we felt someone sitting down. And I've looked at Viv. Viv looked at me and said, "Can you feel that?" So, yeah,
He sat down right behind us, but in between us.
Yeah. And so we're still getting a bit more, and then it shifted up, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Tell them the truth. You said, F that, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I did. I was quietly honest and put my hands up. I did poo myself because it's the first kind of.
You never experienced that kind of thing before.
No, experienced that, especially on a mattress, and you think, nah, you'd be all right, you know. And then someone physically sat down, and I was like, oh God, you know. But I'd go back and do it in a heartbeat again. I really enjoyed it, you know. But yeah, it's, you know, you've got to believe it to see it, as they say.
Yeah.
So
it was a mad weekend.
It was really good.
And do you realise we've done an hour and a half?
Oh wow!
And it's all because of Parker.
What we're going to do is tell people to join us next week for the last Wednesday show. What's happening, John?
Next week we have a famous artist who's also a ghost hunter and a Bigfoot researcher. And if you remember, about 20 years ago, there were sightings up in Lytham St Anne's of a creature that became known as the Beast of Green Drive. Well, he was the person who first investigated that, and he's the artist who drew the best known image of that. And we've got him on. His name is God, I've now completely lost it.
I can tell you.
Yes. God, I'm sorry, man. My brain is gone.
We have been very, very busy today, both of us, haven't we?
Oh Christ, yes. His name?
Bear with me.
Hmm.
His
No,
name is Dr. Darren Nash.
no, it isn't. That's the February one.
Oh, sorry. No, his name is Sam Sheeran.
Sam Sheeran. How could I forget Sam Sheeran's name?
Oh, yeah, because he's not Ed's brother.
As far as I know, he's no relation, and he's far more gothic. But you've seen his pictures, haven't you, Viv?
No, I don't think you sent them to me.
Yeah, I sent you his website.
Did you?
Yeah,
Well, let
just
me
have
have
a
a
look. Look at him. He's absolutely fantastic artist. So check him out, guys. We've got him next week on the last Wednesday of the month show.
Mm.
And as Vivian also said, the last Wednesday of February, we have Dr. Darren Nash,
I'll be interested.
who I always
Yes.
said is Dr. Darren Nash. This was back in the days where just after he got his doctorate and Tony Blair was still in charge, I said that Blair would probably, if he got any more famous, name him the People's Paleontologist.
Ooh.
He's a bloody nice guy, Darren. And I've known him since he was, oh God, he's 50 now, and I've known him since he was 17.
Yeah.
So we've got him in the February show. I have no idea what we've got coming up after that. I've got
After that,
in the pipeline.
we have some people in the pipeline. We're just waiting for some confirmations. But we're hoping to get some very interesting people, including a medium, a folklorist who specialises in fairy folklore and that sort of thing. So we've got some things lined up, but we're just waiting for confirmations really before we really announce them.
And if there's anybody out there who has actually had, I'm interested in modern day sightings of fairies. I've known 2 people in my life who have seen what they describe as fairies. I've lost contact with one of them, and the other one doesn't really want to talk about it. But I've known both of them for years. I also knew somebody who saw a mermaid, but she's dead now. So, if there's anybody watching this who's actually had encounters with fairies, please email us, because once we have the fairy folklorist on, I really want to see if we can bring some fairy witnesses on to talk about it.
Yeah, would be good.
That'd be quite interesting.
And people, if you think you're liking Jay's new look, please let us know in the chat, and we'll pass on the messages to him. Because it's
if you
great.
think you should grow a beard like mine,
I can't grow. This is it.
I was told today that I looked like a weird old sea captain, which I thought was rather good.
Captain Birdseye.
Exactly. Captain Birdseye on acid.
More like Captain Pugwash. Do you remember Captain Pugwash?
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you remember one of his crew was called Seaman Staines? And before we go, we were talking earlier because Nico's got a giant werewolf, animatronic werewolf from the Kentucky Fried Chicken advert. Well, Simon pointed out that he frequently uses the word finger-licking surreal in reference to stuff of high strangeness, and I think that's
can I just add to this, Simon and Nico? Why is KFC similar to a whore?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Because when you finish with the breast and the legs, you're left with a smelly box. And I'm going to leave you with that.
Sake. For fuck's sake! And I didn't. And I was thinking I wouldn't tell my story about the Jewish Morris dancer. God, man.
Jamie's lost it at this point.
Jamie, why do you never see a Jewish Morris dancer?
I don't know. No, don't. No, don't.
You have
Go
to
on.
be a big prick to be a Morris dancer. Oh dear.
I think you've heard this KFC joke better.
Yes, good.
The
Yeah, it
smelly
was,
box one. Right, come on. We better end the show.
But you've got to end it because I can't.
Oh, yeah.
iPad.
I
So
forgot
you're
about
the
that.
one who's got to end it.
Right.
Bye bye,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
Time to go home, time to go home from your simply spooky adrenaline ride. Time to go home, time to go home, even if you're terrified. Goodbye. Time to go home, time to go home. Vivian and her weird friends are all going home. Time to go home, time to go home. Vivian is waving goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.